Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for tuning in for another episode in the Year of Early Childhood Development series here on the Serenity Resource Connector. Whether you're joining us live on the Serenity Resource Connector YouTube channel or on Love TV, or you're watching the replay, it is a pleasure to have you here. If this is your first time tuning in, a warm welcome to you. All right, as you know, we are in Parent Month. And so on this episode, we are going to be focusing on the Parent Month theme, Reigniting the Village, more specifically, the Year of Early Childhood Development 2022 Parent Month Special. So you are in for a treat. And we are going to get the discussion started on the Parent Village in Trelawney, National Parenting Support Commission collaboration with the Early Childhood Commission. And joining me to get that discussion going is none other than Anne-Marie Porter, Early Childhood Commission Senior Inspector over there in Region 3. Welcome to the Serenity Resource Connector Space, Lady Porter.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Wickler. It's a pleasure to be here with you tonight.
All right, great. So, collaboration, I get excited when I hear about collaboration, and it's good to see the National Parenting Support Commission and the Early Childhood Commission coming together. So I know that must have been some fantastic stuff. So start by giving us an overview of what that Parent Village in Trelawney was all about.
Well, it was a great initiative. The National Parenting Support Commission, this year they hosted their parenting village, and it is under the theme Reignite the Village. And we had the pleasure of participating, and it was held, of course, at Hague Primary and Infant School on the 11th of November, which was last week, Friday. Now, the National Parenting Support Commission, they selected this topic influenced by, the Jamaican saying it takes a village to raise a child. And it's fitting because this is what we really want to see happening today. We really miss that kind of camaraderie between the community and school and parenting. And so they chose that fitting topic. So we know as members of communities of the education sector, it's very critical to have that positive relationship with home and school, and it influences the community in a positive way. And so this was really a suitable event to cement that fact. So it was a good theme with good intentions.
All right.
So I would love to share with you some of the
Hearing me clearly?
not clearly. Ms. Witter, are you hearing me?
Are you?
I'm not sure if you're hearing me. Are you hearing me now? Miss Twitter, I'm not sure if you're hearing me.
Yes, I'm hearing you clearly. We seem to be having some connectivity challenges. This time, are you hearing me clearly?
Yes, I'm hearing. Oh, I'm hearing you. Wasn't hearing you earlier. Miss Twitter, I am not hearing you if you are speaking.
Thank you for staying with us. Lady Anne Marie, are you hearing me clearly?
I am hearing clearly.
I tell you, technology, when it decides to act up. Lady Brandy, thank you for keeping the comments going. Yes, Shireen, thank you so much. All right, let's continue. This is what happens when you have an awesome, but we are going to get through it nevertheless. So, Lady Porter, go ahead and share with us what happened in the parent village over there in Trelawney.
Okay,
What was
so
the engagement like from the ECC side?
well, the team of officers from our region, we were tasked with, very fun activities as we were assigned to the children's corner. Once it's the children's corner, we get very excited. So, our major responsibility was to engage the children, make it fun, make it a fun experience for them, and give them the opportunity to engage in developmentally appropriate play. And we had that task for the entire day. And so we set up the corner. It was very critical, though, we have to give thought to the activities that we were going to engage them in. What are the materials that would be suitable for the age children that we are expecting? And so we gave thought to all of that, and we put things together and we set up the corner. So we had slides, we had cushions that they could sit on, we had bean bags, we had paintings, we had so many things to keep them occupied. They can't say that they were bored. We had so much things. They had so much fun. And we kept them engaged for the entire time that we had them. But in the midst of that, though, while our major task was to facilitate the children and engage them, we also had the opportunity to engage parents and practitioners. A few of them visited our booth. One parent in particular stood out to me. She was very concerned about the development of her child. But what struck me was how much involved she was. She was concerned that, and I think at this stage, at this, he should be developing and he should be reaching these milestones. And so she really poured out her concern to us. And so we were happy to provide the necessary referrals for her. And also, we had a few parents who were introduced to the Early Child Commission for the first time. And so we took some time out to sensitize them on what it is that we do, how we serve the schools in their communities. And so we're able to leave brochures with them and or contact information with them. So that was a really good experience for us. Now, there were a few practitioners, of course, who visited our booth and looked on as they admired the different items that we displayed. They could see how I could spruce up my classroom. How could I set this in my classroom and make it more inviting or make it more fun? So they got ideas from the display that we set up, and they also got information how they could acquire some of the resources that we had on display. So we would want to say, the objectives for the day was met. We engaged our children, all the children that visited our booth, they were adequately catered to. They had fun, most of all. And some of them even get to take home little tokens that were donated by sponsors. So it was a very successful day, in my opinion, it was.
Right, I am back with you. I trust that you are hearing me clearly. Are you hearing me, Exporto?
Yes, I am hearing you.
Yes, I am hearing you. All right, beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing. I was hearing you. However, there is something going on over here with the internet, but I thank you all for keeping the conversations going. Thank you so much, Lady Porter, for sharing with us about what happened in the parent village over there in Trelawney. And at this time, we are going to take a look at a video from the Daddy and Me competition winner. That's over there in Reaching Star Kindergarten, Region 3. That's your region, right?
That's correct.
All right, beautiful. So let's take a look at our little one sharing about her daddy.
How do you do? Just wanna say that I'm here for you. Love this hard, the life you've been through. Gonna tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep on moving. Keep on grooving the music. Keep on moving. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hold on, my name is Amelia Russell. I attend Region Slash Kindergarten, and I am the deputy head girl. And here's my daddy, where's my rock?
Hello everyone.
I love my daddy because we sing together, we play together, we read together, we dance together, and we sing together.
Let's sing it. They want us to sing together for them?
Yes.
Alright, go. It's you I need to see when you're far from me. I find it so hard to sleep. Continue. Can you help me, please? Girl, eventually, I hope you rescue me. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Happy Father's Day, Daddy.
Alright.
That's why I love the studio, because my daddy here, I spend time with him sometimes in the studio, and both of we are artists, and we always know how to sing together.
Amazing. Isn't that awesome? It's so sweet to see the daddies in the picture, Daddy and Me. Awesome stuff from Amelia Russell there, Reaching Star Kindergarten in Region 3. And so with me currently is Nicole Lawrence, the Early Childhood Commission Development Officer for Region 6, Zone 47. Welcome to the Serenity Resource Connector Space, Lady Nicole.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good evening. Good evening, everyone.
Awesome. Great to have you. So we are going to be talking about Region 6, Zone 47, parenting engagement. After all, it's Parent Month, so we want to make sure that it's all about the parents.
Yes.
All right. So let's get the discussion going about parenting engagement, because this is not something new, is it?
No, this is something that so I have been the officer for the from 2017, and since then, every parent month we have an activity for the parents of the zone.
All right. But what inspired the parenting engagement?
Okay. Well, for me personally, I was coming from a zone. I was in the early childhood setting, and so the zone that I was attached to, we normally have an activity for parents. So when I became a development officer, I went with such the same initiative, and the zone themselves, jump at it, and they work together.
All right, beautiful.
Every year, yes, we have a church service, and then a parent seminar, or we had 1 year we had a health fair for them.
But what happened during the height of COVID? Because I know it was business as usual during that time. What were the arrangements like?
Oh, so during COVID, the parents were treated at an institutional level. So we didn't have anything at the zone level. So the institutions, they would have their little thing treating their parents there.
All right, beautiful. All right, so as it relates to the planning and preparation for 2022, what was that like?
Okay, so the zone has a zone executive body that comprises of all the trained teachers, MOE trained teachers, and temporary trained teachers. So those persons, we came together and we, decided on what activity we will be having this year for our parents. And so, all of us agreed to have a parenting seminar. And from there and then, each persons were assigned their task. Some persons were assigned the task of with the flyer, advertising, seeking sponsors and support and donation. So one of the things for fundraiser now, the zone itself, each school will we ask each school to host a Jeans Day, and the fund from that is Jeans Day will pool together in within the zone as a collective fund for the parenting seminar.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Any other part of the planning preparation process that you want to highlight? Anyone you want to give special commendation to? Anything like that?
The teachers, all the members of the team, even though they had their classrooms, some of these persons were classroom teachers, some of them were our principals. And, even though they had their tasks at their school, they pulled together. And I want to say a big shout out to all the schools, the principals within Zone 47, they all supported. Some persons were able to host their Jeans Day, so they made a donation from the institution towards the total package, and so we were able to pull off the day. See,
All right, awesome. Thank you so much, Lady Lawrence, for sharing. All right, and as you mentioned, the principal, we have a couple principals that's gonna share the juice of what took place leading up to and what happened on the day. So we are going to make way for that discussion. So we are going to have joining me is Debbie Alexander, principal of the Alexander Basic School, Region 6, Zone 47, and she's also the president of the zone, correct? All right. But before we bring her on, we are going to take a look at the winner of the Mommy and Me competition. Because if you had a daddy and me, you must have a mommy and me, right?
amen.
All right. So let's hear from our winner for the daddy and me, mommy and me rather, Janae Harris Slowly. Let's hear from Janae.
My name is Jenny Paris Slowly. I'm going to tell you why I love my mother. I love my mother because she takes very good care of me. And whatever I want her to do, she's always there for me. In the morning, my mommy prepared my breakfast. She combs my hair and she gives me a bath and she dresses me up and she brushes my teeth and off I went to school. When I'm home from school, my mother helped me with my homework. She checks in my schoolwork and she tells me that she's very proud of me. At night time, my mother reads me a bedtime story and put me to sleep. And she said, "Good night, sweetheart."
That's right. Good night, sweetheart. Love it. Awesome. Welcome, Lady Alexander. Thank you for joining us.
Good night. How are you? It's a privilege to be here.
Doing,
Thanks for having me.
doing great. All right. So you're going to be sharing with us about the sponsors because you couldn't do this by yourself, right?
Not at all. Not at all. Yes.
All right. So Who were some of those people who made this all happen?
But before we get into the sponsors, it is a journey getting the sponsors. So what we had to do at first was we had to do letters. And I came up with my own strategy of getting persons to sponsor. Because you know, when you write or you send a letter to some entities, they sometimes will ignore these letters. So what I did was we went ahead and we called those organizations that we wanted the assistance from. So we look at the needs that we had to do the seminar. We knew that we needed food, we needed refreshment, we were going to need persons to sponsor gifts to give away to the parents at the seminar. So we looked at that first, and then we target the different area persons that we thought would assist us in those areas. So, when it comes down to food, the top food in Jamaica is chicken. So we sent out our letters. What I did was I called those organizations. And to my surprise, I learned that these organizations, they have a way of doing that. You have to send in your information or your letter at an early date. So I had to put in my nice, talking to them nicely to explain the importance of it. So some of these organizations that we targeted were CB, and they came on board. All these persons, they came on board and assisted us. So it's Caribbean Boilers, Jamaica Boilers. So those two entities, they provided the chicken for events. OJ Coolers, has been doing that for a number of years, assisting us with refreshment. And Grace Kennedy, this is their second time assisting us too. Want to say hats off to them. Grace Kennedy, they came on board and they assisted us with providing food kind to prepare the lunch for the persons, our guests and our parents.
Those are all the sponsors that you had with
And
you?
we also had Shades of Elegance Beauty Care. They gave us gift certificates for persons at the parents that participated. At one point, I saw two parents getting for coming for early bird award, right? So
Okay.
they offered massage to those parents as gifts for their participation in the seminar. We also
Kudos
had
to
fun.
Trisha Reed from Shades of Elegance, always doing great stuff. They got
Always,
very good
always
job.
coming through for us. Always coming through for us. Yes, they did. We also
Yeah.
had fun persons who came in and set up their booths, right? And they were allowed a short time to give us some presentation on what they had to offer to the parents within the community. And these persons came from not just within Old Harbor, they came from out of Old Harbor. So some of those persons were like the public health personnel, the RGD, the Registrar General Department. They always turn up for our events, always. The Old Harbor Health Center and Early Child Commission. They are always there too, giving their support. GSET, nursing school. They are in Old Harbor, and we also had the Chancellor's Insurance Agency. So those are some of the persons, other than our cooks within the institutions. I cannot leave out our cooks that gave their share of contribution towards the event. So I have to big up those persons in Gerald Murray Early Childhood Institution, Alexander Basic School, and there's a lady named Tony Douglas. She's always assisting. She has no children in the school, but she's always assisting when preparing for this event.
All right. That's awesome. Awesome. Teamwork makes the dream work. Because I'm hearing
Exactly.
team, team, team all the way.
Yeah.
Hearing team all the way. All right. Is there anyone that you want to commend other than the sponsors? As a matter of fact, you need to give the sponsors a better big up than that to make sure that they come on board next
Yes,
time and have others
I,
come
I,
on.
am I am all for that. What we do is that we prepare. We don't have, with early child, we don't have a lot of money. So what we do, we believe that we need to give thanks, show appreciation. So we do a certificate for all the sponsors and all the persons who come in to participate. Some got plaques and some received a certificate of appreciation. But other than that, I want to big up my team, my education officer, who always call me too much, but right on time. To my exec body, which includes, I can't call all the names. I don't want anybody to feel I leave them out, but I have to big
Understand.
up like I have to big up Miss Bedard, who's also a part of the panel, and Miss Graham Edwards, who is the secretary. She is. I don't want to ever change her from being the secretary. She's doing a fabulous job, and all the other persons within the institution have made it possible. Big up.
All right. Now that's better. Amazing. Thank you so much. Awesome work that you're all doing. Just continue to keep up the great work. So, where exactly is Alexander Basic School?
Oh, so it's my time. Alexander Basic School is situated in 12 and a half Smith Avenue in Old Harbor. When you're
Okay.
heading out of Old Harbor towards Marley, it's your first right turn before you reach the bridge. It's a beautiful school with beautiful teachers and staff members. You come there, don't want to leave.
All, all right. All right. So before you come on screen, let's do this. I believe this is
Hi, my name is Shadine Francis, the parent of Kiara Nugent in Class 3 of the Alexander Basic School located in Old Harbor, St. Catherine. Being a parent is one of the greatest feelings I could have ever asked for, especially when I was granted the opportunity to be awarded. I felt so overwhelmed, overjoyed, anxious, and at the same time was anticipating it. So let me express my gratitude to the principal, Miss Debbie Alexander, for making one of my dreams come through and for the tremendous work that she and her staff have been doing over the years. A reminder to all the lovely parents out there, education is the key to success. Thank you.
uh y'all must be
Uh,
doing something great. Tell us
yes,
what that was all about.
well, she is one of the two parents that got certificate for outstanding parents. And what we did was all the schools were asked to give two parents that are outstanding, doing outstanding job within the institution over a period of time. And she's one of the parents. She's always willing and able. I can. The last thing that she did for us was when we were supposed to get the chicken from Kingston, from CB in Kingston. I was also concerned about my gas. She volunteered to go by, leave work, and go by and pick it up. And that was very late. And she didn't know where she was going, and she didn't stop. She went ahead and she did deliver for us. So she's an awesome parent. She does well with her child at school, always helping persons who can't afford things at school. Parents who have children who they can't afford bags and stuff, she's always willing and able to assist them.
Amazing. No, that's what you call a village.
Yes, reigniting. Restarting it.
All right, beautiful. All right, thank you so much. All right, so you're gonna make way now for Althea Bedward, who is a member of the Region 6 Zone 47 team. She's the zone lead teacher and also the principal of Rodney's Learning Center. So let's get Miss Bedward in. Ms. Bedward, are you with us?
Yes, I am. Thanks for having me.
Beautiful. We're not seeing your face. Not seeing your face. Not sure what is happening this evening. If you're seeing her, let me know. I'm not seeing her from this end. So while that is being sorted out, let's hear from the parent from.
I was overwhelmed to be chosen as most outstanding parent. I am proud to be a member of the Radney's Learning Center family, and I will always be here to support them and assist them in any form of way that they need. Thank you.
All right, short and spicy. And we're still not seeing Miss Bedward. Miss Bedward, what's happening with your camera?
Not sure.
Are you hearing?
Yes. Yes, I am hearing.
Is your camera on?
Yes, it is.
All right, not sure what is happening, but in the interest of time, we have to proceed. Let's talk about the day of the seminar. Who were your presenters and what were some of the key points? Take us through the presenters and some of the key points.
All right, so on the day of the seminar, we had two presenters. We had Mrs. Latoya Reeves of the Seymour Edwards Infant School. She's the principal. And we also had Mrs. Morrison, who is the associate counseling psychologist at the Family Life Ministries. So Mrs. Reeves, she encouraged the parents that they should do background
All right,
checks.
we're not hearing you clearly. You sound a little distant.
For Mrs. Reeves, she encouraged the parents to do background checks on the partners they choose, as this will tend to have long-term implications for their families. She also encouraged parents to get back to the days where the village would raise the children. She emphasized persons becoming mature before they take on the role of parenthood, as normally these things would affect parenting. She encouraged parents to put the children as their first priority, and in this, show them love and more affection. For Mrs. Morrison, encourage parents to pray with their children and to always remember the scriptures. She said, once a parent, we are always a parent. Hence, should do all the good to the children, as we are not only parents to our children, but children of the community on a wider scale. She also spoke about the types of parenting, the principles of parenting. So some types of parenting are the authoritative, and these parents are nurturing, responsive, supportive, and they set limits. She spoke about the authoritarian. These parents are less nurturing. They have high expectations and they have high limits and flexibility. She spoke about permissive parents, and these parents are parents who are afraid to set limits for their children. They are not demanding, and the children do not have any responsibilities. And the last one is neglectful parents. And these are the parents who do not respond to their children's needs, especially the basic needs, food, clothing, and shelter. So those are some of the things that they spoke about.
All right. Beautiful. Thank you so much for that. I see a lot of things were shared. Very important things were
Yes,
shared for the parents. It's truly a
yes, they were.
parent engagement. Right. All right. So
Yes, so they
so
were empowered, educated.
yes. So Lady Alexander would have shared about the different booths that were a part of the seminar. So we can't have parents coming in without connecting them with some resources or something, right? But you also had parents awards. Tell us about the process
Yes. All
and how
right.
that
So
was executed.
for the parent award, what we did was at the executive level, we asked that each school would choose two persons or two parents that they think are outstanding or that they know are outstanding to their institution. So they would submit the names and then we would prepare the certificates. And on the day of the seminar, these persons would be awarded. We also gave certificates to the certificate of participation to all the sponsors as well as the persons who came in to set up their booth. And we also had a special plaque for OJ Coolers because this entity, it's a juice company, and they would provide us with juice from time. Over the years, they have been doing this. And so they are one of our main sponsors. So they were awarded with a plaque of appreciation.
All right. Thank you so much. Anything else that we need to highlight that happened on the day?
All right, so on the day we had different entities. As Ms. Alexander had mentioned, we have Registrar General Department, and we invited these persons because we find from time to time some children might not have their birth certificates, and you know these are basic requirements for the early childhood schools. You must have a birth certificate in order to attend school. So we invited the Registrar General, so persons could come and do their birth certificates and other documents if they did not have them in hand. So this would save them time as well as money for them not to travel to Spanish Town or maybe to do this. We also have the Public Health Department, and these persons these persons are always on board. So when we have to do our food and best permit and all of that, they are always trying to facilitate us. And especially Mr. Bromfield. And they would come in and they discuss with them about food, health, and safety and all of that. We also at the ECC Nursing Institute, and these persons came in and they did a blood pressure and blood sugar test. Because these things are very critical to health and life, and sometimes persons are not able to afford. So we have these persons coming in so that they got free of cost on that. We also had Chancellor Insurance agents, and they would come in and talk to them about getting insurance in the event of any form of illness or health or death and anything like that. They will have something set aside for the rainy day. We also had the Children Protection and Family Services Agency, and these persons came in and they spoke to parents about their roles and responsibilities, as well as if they're having an issue with their children, ways and means of which and access to service. So these are some of the persons that were there. We invited PATH from time to time. They weren't at this one. We had invited them, and persons would come on board. They would get signed up and all of that. So I think these persons really are persons that the community needed and I think they really took advantage of the service offered.
Awesome. Those are really some great resources. And what a way to build your parents, because
Yes,
you are providing the convenience on the day for them to access these different services.
yes,
Let
as
me
well as
apologize.
creating
See, they're saying that she's hearing some windy sound. Apologies for that. All right. All right. So a lot of resources there, because it means that even with the food handlers permit, those parents who have businesses that are in that area that needs
correct,
to
like
renew
food
their permit or
establishments
need
and all of
information,
that, their shops, right?
they could get all of
Correct.
that on the spot.
Yes, yes, they
Am-
could.
Amazing,
Oh, and
amazing.
oh, my apologies. We also at the Early Childhood Commission, how could I forget them? They had a beautiful display, and they are always on board. They bring life to the seminar because they are always there, you know, embracing us and doing their presentation, their colorful setup and all of that. Thanks to the Early Childhood.
All right, you gotta do more than that to make sure that you make up for not mentioning the Early Childhood Commission earlier, because that's why you're here.
Exactly so. Exactly. So I want to especially big up the Early Childhood Commission, the team from ECC, and Miss Lawrence, who is our development officer. She's always there to ensure that everything is in place. So I just want to big them up, and I just want to thank them for the services that they are offering to the ECIs as well as to parents and students.
All right, you're redeemed.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, beautiful. Let's take some of the comments that we have here. All right. Caroline Jackson is saying community involvement, team building, which is so true. All right. Continue to shine at Rodney's Learning Institute.
Thank you.
Beautiful. All right. And there are commendations coming in for the different presenters. Good job, Miss Betty. All right.
Thank you.
Nadia, Linda. All right. Teams work makes the dream work. All right. So we are keeping this episode compact. So you want to come back for the finale, because this is the year of early childhood development. Thank you so much, Ms. Bedward, for sharing space with us here on the Serenity Resource Connector. Great
You're
job,
welcome, and thanks for
Team
having me.
Region 3. All right, but before we switch gears, go ahead and share. Who do you need to shout out from your community?
Well, I want to shout out all my staff members at the Rodney's Learning Center. We are situated at 1 Claremont Drive. To all my awesome parents, to our sponsors, to our well wishers, to all the persons who are supporting us, continue to support us. I just want to say a big shout out to you. Love you all. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. So there you have it. That was a team from over there in Region 6. We get it right. We had Region 3 sharing earlier on the parent village, and then we went into the parenting engagement. That's Region 6, Zone 47. All right. So you see a lot of resources. Yes, Sophia. Yes, Unique, indeed. Lots of well-needed resources indeed. Right. And that's how we build community. Because it makes no sense. We know that the parents are struggling and you're in a position to support them to ensure that they're able to do better. Because once you provide that kind of opportunity where they can get the information, the resources that they need, and then they'll be able to better meet their obligations so that you can have a more stable home environment for the children. Great job again, Region 6, as you continue to do well in your neck of the woods. Thank you all so much for sticking and staying despite the connectivity challenges. I trust that you learned a lot from Team ECC and the principals there in Region 6 as they shared about the different activities, the different engagements for parents. The month continues, a lot more activities taking place, and you want to connect to the Early Childhood Commission social media platforms where you'll get updates on what exactly is happening. They have some really awesome videos and pictures coming out of the different institutions from across the country, sharing what activities they are engaged in, and a lot of parenting tips. I love the daily parenting tips that comes up on the social media. Parents, be sure to connect there so you can get some tips on how to build that village so that we can provide safer, a more bonded community for our children to grow. Indeed, awesome stuff. And as we're on it, Parent Month, Community Development Month, for those who were with us last week, you would have heard about the different activities that are taking place from the Community Safety and Security branch. We have Police Week coming up later this month. You want to tune in for those in Clarendon to see what's happening in your area. There's also the community development activities that's taking place, a lot of them taking place across the different parishes. But the Clarendon Municipal Corporation actually has a calendar of activities for this month. And this Saturday, it's going to be their work day down in Salt River. For those of us who are able to go down and support that, be sure to do so as we continue to provide service in our different communities. Thank you again, Team ECC. And we wrap this year of early childhood development in December, so you don't want to miss that. But before that, coming up next week, we're going to have another discussion again with the team at the Municipal Corporation. And it's interesting that we're talking about the health team in terms of the whole licensing, because that's what we're going to be talking about, but from the Municipal Corporation end as it relates to licensing and compliance. All right, so you want to tune in for that. And then that's going to take us back to First Thursday, where we have another Culture Corner with the team at JCDC. Thank you, as always, for tuning in. Be sure to share the information so others can benefit from it. We have a whole playlist, so even after the year of early childhood development is over, if you missed the episodes before, you can binge on it. A lot of good information about the different areas for those institutions who are looking to get their gold certification, the process that's involved, all of that is in the playlist. So you want to tune into those so you can get additional information. Thanks again for joining us, for those who are joining us live. And for those who will be watching the replay, thank you so much for connecting here on the Serenity Resource Connector. And we have something special to take us out from the creative institution there, or one of the creative institutions there in Region 7, Evelyn Mitchell Infant School. It takes a village. Let's hear them.
We love my parents. Yes, we love my parents. We love my parents. Yes, we love my parents. And parents are important to me. Give me healthy food, leave bed till me sleep. When we got school out there, send me. When we got school out there, send me. We
And that's a wrap.